Hello, everybody. Today is the 15th of October, 2023. Funny thing I just noticed about my remote here for this Movie Pro app on my phone, it doesn't work if I'm also connected with my Bluetooth AirPods, which of course I need to be so you guys can hear me. So that's rather annoying. So I have to get up and stop and start the camera each time to do these videos. But anyway, my goal today is to take apart this right rear door. I just want to look inside. It's the only door I haven't been inside yet on this car. So make sure that it's not hiding some hidden damage inside on the door shell itself. And I'll lubricate the mechanism while I have it apart and put it back together. It's a cool fall day, so I'm dressed a little warmer. Still barefooted, of course, but otherwise dressed a lot warmer than normal. But at least I can still work outside. So far, the door is coming apart very nicely. This armrest assembly is in very good condition. There's no tears, rips, or anything in it. Unfortunately, because the windows were all open in this car in the rain, the components like the cigarette lighter inside there are ruined, rusted. It also ruined the window switch, which doesn't work at all. I'll eventually have to replace that. But overall, the plastic assembly, armrest assembly itself is in very nice condition, as was the panel that came off too. Very nice condition. All the screws were in place, 3/8 bolts that held all this together. The reason I turned the video back on for a minute here is I wanted to remind you of how careful you got to be with these little precious caps that are covering the screws on this pull handle here. You really got to be careful. There's a little access underneath to get it started, and if all goes well, this comes off in one piece with the little tabs, or whatever you want to call those pins, attached and not broken. Those break very easily, so you really got to be careful. It's possible this door has never been apart before, which is nice to find when that happens. The door panel is actually in nice condition. A little bit of water damage from sitting out in the rain with the window open, but very much intact and very usable still. Um, to see the water shield in place is very unusual, which is why I think that this door maybe has never been apart before. So I'm going to try and carefully pull it off without damaging it excessively, and then that will expose it's starting to tear a little bit here. I think there's a good chance this door has never been apart before, which is a good sign so far. I'm hoping there's no internal damage. It looks very clean inside, so I will definitely save this water shield. And then next, got all these 1/2 inch bolts that got to come off, but it looks nice and clean in here. So looking good so far. All right, now I've got the cover off, and I'm very glad to see that there is no evidence of any repairs inside this door. So this door is pretty pristine. This little screw that holds this little keeper on was loose and it fell out, so all I got to do is just put it back in place. It's not a big deal. But that was the only thing I noticed. A little bit of debris in there, but nothing serious. I already started lubricating things. I'm very tempted to get a piece of wood and just kind of pop it from the inside and see if I can pop that out myself. There's a little bit of a damage right here though, so I have a feeling that probably should leave that to a competent body person. Might do a better job of it. Then I might cause more damage if I try to pop it out, but we'll see. I should be putting this back together shortly though. All right, good news. I was actually able to just push using my hand, able to just push that out. I guess that's how those suction cup things you see advertised on TV work sometimes. You can just put it on there and pull it out. That's pretty much what happened, except that I was able to just push it out from inside. There's still just a tiny imperfection right here, but it's so small that I know that it's better off just leaving it alone. So I consider that pretty good success. Fairly straight. So this door is solid, and there's not much else I need to do. I've run the window up and down several times after lubricating, and it works just fine. So I'm going to put this back together, and that'll be the end of that short project. I drenched everything on the locking mechanism as well, so the door will unlock and latch and unlatch and all that. And just like the other rear door, again, the vacuum lines are here for the non-existent power door lock option. A rare thing not to see power door locks on the 67 Lincoln, and this one does not have them, but it does have the hoses in the back. All right, one thing I completely forgot to check, and it's too late now because I'm just about done putting this all back together. There's a contact that rides on a cam, or I don't know if it's a cam or what it's called, that controls the interior lights. It's a courtesy light switch. It's different from the front doors. The front doors have a plunger switch right here, which is very reliable and works just fine at all times. No problem there. But the rear doors have a different setup, and the convertibles use the same kind of deal. And all that happens is over the years, corrosion builds up on the metal part of the cam and the contact, the switch itself, and it just doesn't work anymore. And if I manipulate this manually, you can see the lights kind of flickering or going on. Let's see here. So if I just, oh, okay, I guess it's easier on the other door to show this, what I'm trying to show you, but okay. I'll just show you on the other door because it's easier to see what I'm talking about there. Because the contact is dirty, makes some contact, but not enough to work like it's supposed to work. So if I close this a little bit, like halfway, you'll see the light came on. If I let it go, it goes off. It's supposed to be on right now, but the contact is dirty. So what I've decided, since both these window switches are bad on these rear doors, at some point in the future, when I replace those switches, I'll just take the door panels off again and just take some fine sandpaper and clean up that contact. I just don't feel like backtracking now when I'm almost done putting this one back together, because that's not that important. Something I'll put in my to-do list for the future. One of the things I always thought was cool about these cars is how they had cigarette lighters in every door except the driver's door, because that one has one on the main dashboard. But you can see the little light is on here. I turned the parking lights on just to see if it worked. I always thought that was cool. The cigarette lighter itself, though, of course, is completely shot because of the rainwater that rusted it away, just like the window switch. But it'll double as a cool power port someday when I replace those and whatnot. So this door, all I have left to do now is just put the pull handle on and the cover, and I'll be done with that. After all that, it turns out the switch in this door is actually working just fine. You can see the courtesy lights on inside the car, and when I close the door, they go out, I open them, they come on, and they stay on. It turns out that lamp over there in the corner on the left side is just not working. And it's not the bulb itself, because I swapped it with the one on this side, and both of them work. So there's something wrong with the wiring over there. I have no idea what it is yet, but that's not something to worry about right now. So successfully finished this project on this door. Okay, so the last thing I did today was polish my front bumper. It's a small thing, but that's all I was looking to do. So it came out pretty good. I used rubbing compound and some wax, and for the most part it came pretty clean. The only part I couldn't get 100% clean was right here, where the junkyard I bought it from had etched it in some kind of permanent marker. It actually absorbed into the chrome. I can't even get it completely out. It's barely noticeable, but it's definitely there. But overall, it's not a $3,000 re-chrome bumper. It's a, it's $250 used bumper, and I'm satisfied with it. And that's it for today.